The story begins with a girl named Waverly. Her mom wants her to go to Toronto and become a doctor, but Waverly's heart isn't in it. She doesn't want to follow that path. Instead, she wants to live life on her own terms. So instead of going to Toronto, she heads to a small coastal town called Holden, where her aunt lives. When she arrives, she tells her aunt, "My mom doesn't know I'm here. Please don't tell her. If it's a problem, I'll leave." But her aunt welcomes her, saying she can stay in their guest house. Waverly moves in and instantly falls in love with the place. The next day, she visits the restaurant where her aunt works. Everyone there is warm and friendly toward her, including a woman named Lena, who invites Waverly to join their beach outing the next day. Just then, Waverly's mom calls, but she ignores the call and decides to go with her aunt and friends. At the beach, she meets Blake, a lifeguard, who's kind and welcoming to her. Blake's younger sister is also there, sitting by the shore with her boyfriend, drinking and smoking. Blake gets furious, and this leads to a fight with the boyfriend. In the middle of the chaos, Waverly accidentally falls into the water. She can't swim, but Blake rushes in and saves her. That night, her mom calls again, asking where she is. Waverly lies, saying she's in Chicago and will head to Toronto soon. She doesn't reveal that she's actually at her aunt's house, because deep down, she's still confused about what she really wants in life. The next morning, Blake checks in on her, asking how she's doing. She thanks him, and he offers to teach her how to swim. Waverly says she's leaving tomorrow, so Blake lets it go. Later, she heads back to the beach, where she sees Blake once again scolding his sister. Ignoring the drama, she sits by the ocean, staring at the waves until she dozes off. Blake wakes her gently and brings her snacks, and the two end up strolling the beach together, talking and getting closer. Blake opens up, sharing that his parents passed away, so he's responsible for taking care of his sister. When he asks about her family, Waverly explains that she's been in Chicago for the past 4 years for her studies and hasn't seen her mom or family in all that time, though she might visit them soon. Their bond grows quickly, and later that evening, they return home. Coincidentally, Blake's lives near Waverly's aunt's house. When her aunt sees the two of them together, she notices how happy Waverly looks. But that night, Waverly starts packing her bags, ready to leave for Toronto the next day. Her aunt comes in and gently asks, "Do you really want to go to Toronto?" Waverly stays quiet, but her aunt understands. She tells her, "If you want, you can stay here. I can even help you get a job where I work." Hearing this, Waverly finally decides to stay. She feels happier than ever, and the next day she goes back to the beach to meet Blake. This time, she asks him to teach her how to swim. Blake agrees, taking her to the pool and showing her the basics, even how to hold her breath underwater. Waverly enjoys every moment, staying in Holden, spending time with Blake, and slowly becoming part of his world. She even talks to Blake's sister, asking why she doesn't listen to him. His sister replies, "Because he's always trying to control my life." The two girls end up bonding, and later, Blake's sister takes Waverly to a secret spot she goes to whenever she feels down. She makes Waverly a promise never to tell anyone about it. And just like that, a new friendship is formed. After that, Blake's sister takes Waverly to a bar. The two of them grab some drinks together, and coincidentally, Lena, Waverly's aunt's friend, is also there. Lena works at that bar, and she tells Waverly, "If you're not planning to go back, you could get a job here too." Waverly agrees, and soon she starts working at the bar. Blake often stops by to see her, and whenever they get free time, he teaches her how to swim. Slowly, Waverly realizes she's starting to like Blake. One day, before heading to change her clothes, she kisses him for the first time. Later, she asks her aunt, "How often do you talk to my mom?" Her aunt admits, "We used to be very close, but now we don't talk at all. Things have grown distant between us." The next day, Waverly goes swimming with Blake again and asks him, "Why do you spend so much time teaching me? Why do you keep showing up for me?" Blake finally confesses, "Because I like you." At the same time, his sister is seen fighting with a guy. He rushes over to stop her, but she storms off angrily. Later, sitting by the beach with Waverly, he opens up. "When my parents died, I promised myself I'd always take care of my sister, but I'm failing at that. I can't let myself fall into a relationship, because then I won't be able to take care of her the way I should." Waverly smiles gently and says, "We can still be friends." Blake agrees, but deep down, Waverly feels crushed because she truly loves him. That night, she tells her aunt everything, and her aunt advises, "Always follow your heart. You've always done that anyway." Waverly decides she won't give up on Blake. She keeps spending time with him, and by now she's learned to swim. The two spent entire days together, hanging out, swimming in the ocean, and growing closer. During one of these moments, they kiss again. Waverly doesn't want to lose him at any cost. Blake feels the same, but because of his responsibility toward his sister, he keeps holding back his true feelings. One evening, they return home, and for the first time, Waverly and Blake become intimate. Waverly is happier than ever. But then, her mom calls saying, "You must have reached Toronto by now. I want to speak to your senior doctor." Waverly makes an excuse and quickly hangs up, then goes back to meet Blake. That night, everyone goes out for dinner. While they're eating, Waverly suddenly gets a message from her mom saying, "We've reached Toronto. We want to meet you." Shocked, she steps away and finally tells her parents the truth over the phone. "I'm not in Toronto. I never went there. I never took the job. I'm in a town called Holden." Hearing this, her parents are devastated. They say, "We did everything for you, and this is how you repay us? You've betrayed us." Waverly breaks down. Meanwhile, Blake is once again fighting with his sister. She storms off, upset. At that moment, Waverly arrives and tells him, "I think I'll be leaving tomorrow. My parents are in Toronto to meet me." Blake coldly replies, "Yes, you should go. After all, we were only friends." These words shatter Waverly. Heartbroken, she rushes to the bar where Lena is, and with tears in her eyes, she tells her, "Soon I'll be leaving this place. Whatever I had with Blake, it's over." Days later, Lena's baby shower is held. Blake is there too, but Waverly and Blake don't even talk. Waverly's aunt encourages her to confess her feelings to Blake, but Waverly is still too hurt to say anything. Suddenly, Lena experiences severe pain, and everyone rushes her to the hospital. Blake and Waverly are left behind for a while, and Blake notices his sister isn't there. He tries calling her, but she doesn't pick up. Panicked, Waverly says, "I think I know where she might be." She takes him to the secret spot his sister once showed her. Sure enough, she's there. Blake tells his sister, "I never wanted to control you. From now on, follow your heart. Do what you truly want." The three of them return to the hospital, and outside, Blake finally realizes how wrongly he treated Waverly. In that moment, he can't hold back anymore. He kisses her and confesses his love. Inside, Lena gives birth to a healthy baby, and everyone celebrates. Later, Blake's sister tells him, "You should take Waverly to that special place." Blake brings Waverly to the top of a mountain overlooking a breathtaking lake. He shares, "We used to come here often. I'm sorry for not understanding your feelings. The truth is, I was just scared of taking our relationship forward. But now, I want to be with you." But Waverly shakes her head. "It's too late. Tomorrow I'm leaving for Toronto." And she walks away. The next morning, she heads for the airport with her luggage, secretly hoping Blake will come for her. But he doesn't. Heartbroken, she flies to Toronto, where her parents are waiting at the hotel. They're happy to see her, but also angry for the lies she told. This time, Waverly gives in. "I'll do whatever you want. I'll take the doctor job." Her parents insist she start the very next day, leaving no time for her to spend with them. Reluctantly, Waverly joins the job. But soon after, Blake shows up in Toronto. He looks at her and says, "I love you. I can't live without you. That's why I came all this way." Overwhelmed with happiness, Waverly realizes she finally has the love she's been waiting for. The two embrace, step inside together, and with that, the movie comes to an end.